Well, as quick as I was happy to celebrate and enjoy the great Game 6 win, we're back on the grind again, shockingly. Again. One, I kind of got really, listen, I'm not going to overreact to this one game, to be honest. Am I upset after this game? Yes, I still am. Because there is some things we need to talk about that I didn't like, really. But regardless, one of the things I can say I don't like is the fact that the NBA screwed the Clippers over. Can the Clippers, when it goes to game 3 in Los Angeles, can they get like freaking 2 days off, please and thank you? Their turnaround was too quick. Like, if you look at the Eastern Conference side of things, they get like 3 to 2 days freaking off before the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Clippers, coming off of a Game 6 win in Los Angeles on Friday, have to make a quick turnaround and play a 12:30 game in Phoenix, Arizona. Who does the scheduling? My God, that's awful. Listen, I said the same damn thing. I think, when it came to the friggin' scheduling before the Clippers played the Jazz in the semifinals. Like, yo, what is on? What is the NBA smoking? We're going to give the East Conference team the advantage. Well, guess what? The only reason why they did that because they envisioned the Nets going to the NBA Finals. Don't tell me the NBA is rigged. Anyways, the Clippers lose a close game against the frickin' Phoenix Suns. What can I say? Well, we can start by the main culprit is, as much as we were praising Ty Lue the last few series and all, Ty Lue is the main culprit of this game. Let's get something straight. Ty Lue is the main reason why the Clippers lost this game. I don't care about fatigue. I don't care about tired. I don't care about any damn thing. Okay, were some players clearly fatigued? Were they tired? Okay. But this is the playoffs. This is the Western Conference Finals. I don't have time to give the BS excuse, oh, we're tired. Because guess what? Because of that whole tired factor, Ty Lue just chose to freaking have the freaking rotations and just have it be like, well, guess what? Let's throw out this lineup. That didn't work. Let's throw out this lineup. It didn't work. Let's throw out this lineup when we're on a run and we need to hold that run and hit more baskets, but let's play the lineup with Boogie and Rondo in the game. Yeah, that was smart. And then Rondo plays the rest of the fucking game. But we couldn't continuously play, I don't know, Zubac, who was actually played a much better second half compared to the first half, which was atrocious from him. And then, or you could have just played Patrick Beverley, who was pretty solid. You had to go for Rondo, who played 22 minutes and had a minus 14. Yeah, Rondo needs to be benched for the rest of this season on the playoffs. He might need to be traded away because, my God, he has been horrible for the Clippers this playoffs. I can't believe it. We're thinking we're getting playoff Rondo. My God, we're getting less than that. You might as well just trade him and see if you can get a piece in return for him. Maybe a contender will take him. Good heavens, man. I swear, man. I swear. Tinker and Ty is just the thing, is the reason why we lost this game, because guess what? And I'm just going to tell you, Phoenix Suns fans who are checking this game out, even though you guys had no Chris Paul, you guys needed Devin Booker to drop 40 points and barely get out of that game with a W. If not for Tyronn Lue's stupid rotations and stupid tinkering and leaving guys in way too long when they have no problem or no reason to be in the game longer than they already have been in the game, you guys probably would have lost. Paul George was on fire. So obviously, because the Clippers lost, everybody's gonna slander Paul George when he was the least of the Clippers concerned. The guy balled out and dropped 32 fucking points. No, let's blame the coach, because that's the coach's problem. Anyways, I'll tell you one damn thing. Again, it's like I said it before in the last game, my last game recap. The Phoenix Suns don't want Kawhi Leonard coming back to play. Because Kawhi Leonard plays in the series, Clippers are taking this game. I still have Clippers in 6, but regardless, Kawhi Leonard comes back, even if he's 70 or 80% good. Oh, please. As a Suns fan, I wouldn't want that. And Devin Booker just barely had to drop 40 points to barely get past the Clippers. If a few shots the Clippers hit late in the game, maybe the Reggie Jackson 3 that went in and out, that would have cut it to a 4-point deficit. You might be talking about a different story. But this game recap is going to be a little bit, I guess you can say, shorter than usual. Oh, great. The Angels are fucking losing 3-1. Wonderful. To the fucking Tigers. Anyways, let's run through the stats. Nicholas Batum only had 5 points. He could have done more, but all right. He was serviceable, to say the least, but could have played better. Marcus Morris Sr. had an off night. He played 21 minutes. Apparently he has some sort of knee injury. I don't know. 6 points, 3-11 from the field, and missed all his 3-point shots. You could say he had fatigue, but by my recollection, he barely played in Game 6. So why? Anyways, he had an off night. He needs to pick up his play in Game 2 and play better. Because, again, Marcus Morris, who gives us piss-poor efforts, we're not going to do much of anything with that. And we're not going to win very much games. Reggie Jackson, I would say had a pretty solid game. 24 points, 10 of 19 from the field. Only had 4 of his 12 3-point shots attempted. Had 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Reggie Jackson, I thought he was all right. His defense was fine. His offense was all right. He had one really bad turnover that totally kind of, you could say, was one of the main reasons why we also lost this game, even though we almost freaking cut the lead, even though we almost came back. But he had a really bad turnover. Batum was wide open, but he saw it way too late, and obviously Mikal Bridges took it and stole it. But Reggie Jackson, he showed up and he played. I thought he was fine. Paul George, in 39 minutes, him and Reggie both had 39 minutes, so they were team leaders in minutes. Paul George had another great game. What more could you ask for? 34 points, 10 of 26 from the field, 7 of 15 from 3, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. Great. He was locked in. And let me just say this. He plays like this alongside Kawhi Leonard. Watch out. We're dangerous. Now, there was a part in the game where, Devin Booker and the Suns continued to play on. Like, Devin Booker was still in the game. And that was when we had the lineup, I believe, of Rondo, Boogie, Batum, Reggie, and I believe Rondo, Boogie, Batum, Reggie. I forgot the 5th guy. I think it was, I'm trying to remember who it was. I think it was Bev. Well, whatever the fact. There was the real reason why the Clippers lost this game was Ty Lue left the lineup of Boogie and Rondo in the game way too long. And Paul George. Morris was the 5th guy. And Paul George is just sitting on the bench because resting. Ninja, we need to win this game. Cool. Chris Paul is not here. Kawhi Leonard's not here. Put your star player, your best player in the game, back in the game. But we lost those minutes horribly. Terrence Mann wasn't as effective as, well, he actually had a pretty solid game too. Point-wise, he wasn't as effective. Only had 9 points, hit 3 of his 4 shots from the field, hit all of his 3-point shots. Good. 4 rebounds, 1 assist. Yeah, we missed that third score. Yeah, I believe if a Morris or maybe even a man contributes a little bit more, we win this game. Going onto the bench. Now, it looked like the third person might have been Cousins. But then Cousins gives us a great first half when he gets in the game. And then in the second half, when he's giving us nothing, defensively, he's absolutely horrible. And he was giving us nothing on the defensive side of the ball. And I'm like, well, if he's not scoring, if he's not giving us anything offensively, we already know that his defense isn't going to be good. So take him out. But Ty Lue just left him in the game for some dumb reason. And guess what? His minutes absolutely hurt us. He had 11 points, 4 of 10 from the field, hit 1 of his 3-point shots, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. I'm fine with playing Cousins in this series if, and I mean if, he's being effective on the offense. If he is not being effective on the offense, please pull him. Thank you. Zubac only played 18 minutes this game. I thought he should have got more minutes, especially late in the game, because we saw when he was just taken out, the Clippers went small, and got an automatic dunk. Which, funny enough, Ayton, even though he had a quiet 20, he really didn't do much. The only time he really did much is when he abused the small ball lineup, really. Zoo. Again, Zoo had one of those games where I'm like, he was okay. The first half, he was legit, honest to God, awful. Like, every Clippers fan was like, bruh, let's see what Boogie can give us. And Boogie came in and gave us productive minutes when Zoo was off the court. I'm like, okay, I guess it seems like if Boogie plays productive, I'm solid with seeing him in the frickin' rotation. By the time we get to the second half, I kind of regret tweeting that out. But Zoo in the first half was awful. He was not doing anything. He obviously looked like a deer in headlights, which he still does all the time. But I guess somebody slapped some sense into him and told him, you need to play fucking better. So they start the third quarter off starting with Zoo, because that's when we get a report from Rachel Nichols that apparently Marcus Morris, his knee freaking is killing him. Great. But Zoo in the second half, he played honest to good much better in the second half. It wasn't perfect, but he played much better in the second half. He was much more of he was a better much of a force on the offense. And the defensively, I would say he was pretty solid. He actually kind of, you could say, slowed down Ayton. Ayton really didn't get any points when Zoo was in that third quarter. And he kind of relatively had him playing fine. I was like, okay, Zoo turned around and had a great second half. But then we don't bring it back in. We keep Rondo in the game. Yeah, okay, smart. Speaking about Rondo, this guy is unplayable, man. This guy is unplayable. I would have rather played fucking Kennard over Rondo, man. Like, why the fuck why the hell do we continuously play Rajon Rondo? He had 22 minutes in this game. The Clippers lost the game because he was in. I was taking Beverly or Kennard in at this point. What the hell, Ty Lue? Listen, Beverly only had 2 points, but good God, he was a much better option. 15 minutes. Why? Heck, if you're like, well, we wanted to give Beverly some rest. Kennard only had 8 minutes. I'll tell you one thing, he can actually hit a spot of 3 better than Rondo can. Had 6 points. He was 2 of 3 from the field. In 8 minutes? We couldn't play Kennard more? This is what I'm saying, dude. This whole rotations, these whole things were just terrible. Along with some guys needing to step up. Marcus Morris is one of them who needs to step up and play better. Zubac needs to play much better too. But the main reason we lost this game was because Ty. Tinker and Ty. Let's run through this before we get out of here. Let's run through the Suns. Jay Crowder had 13 points, 5 of 10 from the field, hit 3 of his 7 3-point shots. Mikal Bridges, 14 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 6-11. Okay. DeAndre Ayton, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 10 of 14 from the field. Cameron Payne, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, 9 assists, good God. 11 points. Okay, I guess. See, Crowder, Bridges, their points need to be lower. Crowder and Payne's points need to be lower. Really, the bench really did nothing other than Cam Johnson. And then Devin Booker was kind of the guy that led the charge. 40 points, 15 to 29, hit 3 of his 7 3-point shots and a triple-double, 13 rebounds and 11 assists. Honestly, if you look at it, if not for the stupid lineup changes, Clippers probably win this game just barely. It goes to show you. They barely got by the Clippers, if not for stupid rotations and stupid lineup decisions. So, listen, that doesn't mean anything. Definitely the Clippers have to come back, play much better in Game 2 as opposed to Game 1, especially on the rotation standpoint. So, get all the rest you guys need. So, listen, you got – the game ended around 3 or 4. I don't know if Arizona goes by mountain time, but around 3 or 4 o'clock. Okay, go back to your hotels, rest up on Monday, and get ready to and rest as much as you need before the game on Tuesday. But I'll tell you one thing: I'm just hoping that Kawhi Leonard comes back for Game 3 or Game 4. We really got to take one of these games in Phoenix. Game 2 is a must-win. We got to win Game 2 because I'm afraid we can't go down 0-2 to this Phoenix Suns squad, especially if Chris Paul returns by Game 3. Because if you go down 3-0, you're definitely going to have to tell Kawhi, listen, are you good to go? Are you able to play? We'll see. But, yeah, that's kind of all I got to say. Listen, the Clippers not out of it. Listen, I just think they need to win Game 2. I won't be as worried I'll still be a little concerned and a little worried if we lose Game 2. But from what we've seen, we'll see. But, yeah, Ty Lue is going to be ready with the rotation. So, listen, Clipper players, get as much rest you need. Ice those legs. Get off your knees. Again, that's on the NBA for the scheduling, but we'll see if the Clippers can come back on Tuesday and rebound, which I believe they can. So, yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. So, I'm going to get over. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're checking out this video. Until then, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace. Guys, one more quick thing I had to add to the Clippers game recap. I forgot to mention. The thing about Devin Booker. Again, I know in my recap, I didn't even talk about the crazy game he had, but he was great today. I'm not going to lie, he was great. But I think the thing going forward with the Clippers guarding Devin Booker is I don't mind occasionally doing a double team. I just don't think they can do it over and over and over again because this guy is killing us in the mid-range, and then his passing is much better than, just previous, years. And I think really what the Clippers need to do is really just play him one-on-one and just let him do what he needs to do. Like, yes, he had that outscoring, breaking thing, but eventually, he's going to tire out. So this might be a series where you can't do a thing where you double Donovan Mitchell. We'll see. The Clippers going to make the adjustment. The thing is, Luka and Donovan, they killed you from 3. They didn't really go to the mid-range. Devin Booker, he goes to the mid-range shot. He goes to that. And that's how he gets his offense started because then you don't know. Is he going to pull up from 3? Is he going to pull up from the mid-range? Is he going to just drive on you? That's what makes him more dangerous because he's like a he's a legit scorer. He's just a scorer on any level on the court. He's got a mid-range game. He's got a in the paint game. He's got a three game. So again, like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what the Clippers do guarding Donovan Mitchell. I don't think the double teaming might work in this situation because there's time they double teamed him and he managed to pass to wide open guys. So yeah, but other than that, that's all I gotta say. So I'm gonna go for hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. Goodbye. Peace.